Welcome back, everybody. Well, she is the only female boxer ever to appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated. 49 wins under her belt. Now she's sharing her story on Netflix. Christy Martin is joining us this morning, along with director of Untold, Deal with the Devil. We have Laura Brownson joining us as well. Good morning, Laura and Christy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Christy, let's start with you. I mean, to call you a fighter goes so far beyond the ring. You have lived a life that was not easy. You made history in the boxing world, but your biggest battle, would you say, was the one for your life? I mean, your husband tried to kill you. I mean, tell us about it if you can.
Absolutely. I say I have many titles, but the title that I'm most proud of is domestic violence survivor. And yeah, this guy, he was terrible. He was truly the devil. And for 20 years, I put up with him, trying to control whom I spoke to, when I talked, when I didn't, where I went. It was terrible, but I put up with it. I took it. And finally, I decided, no, today is the day that I'm going to make a difference and stand up for my life.
Mm-hmm. And, obviously, we're so glad you survived it. And during commercial break, you said something that was so powerful. There's a reason you're here with us today, right?
Absolutely. God left me here for a reason. And I feel like that reason is to share my story and to talk about some of the negative parts of my life. Not only the negative, but there's a lot of positive as well. But these negative parts really need attention, and people need to stand up for their sexuality. The domestic violence people, they have no idea that your neighbor's in a terrible situation. You have to be able to be aware and also to have strength to speak out when you need help.
Mm-hmm. And Laura, you said this is all coming out. This is all very public now on Netflix. Untold, Deal with the Devil. Tell us what made you want to tell Christy's story.
It's one of those, to tell a good sports story is always sort of a dream come true, I think, for a storyteller. And I wasn't necessarily a boxing fan, but, a little bit of digging into Christy's story, and you realize this amazing athlete, this kind of pioneering woman who put women's boxing on the map. Like, how could I turn that down? But then you scratch the surface, and her story of courage and bravery and trying to become her true self and ultimately finding that was, a no-brainer for me and an honor.
And Laura, what was it like for you to interview Jim, her husband?
Intense.
Yeah.
Intense. Here's this man in his 80s now in full maximum security prison, and, having to face him and ask really hard questions, but also give him the opportunity to talk about his connection to Christy and all that they were able to achieve together was an intense and probably once in a lifetime opportunity for me.
Yeah, I bet that has to be intense. And I know for you, Christy, boxing, you say, has helped you escape your own destiny. Was it the fight in you that kept you alive after you were stabbed and shot by him?
I do think that was the fight in me and the mentality of, I'm not going to let you win. Mm-hmm. I had let you win for so many times. I had let him be the winner. And this night, it wasn't going to be. I was going to make the difference and change it to, I'm going to win. And it was my 50th win. I tried so hard in boxing to get, but that night, getting up off the floor, getting out of the house and surviving was definitely my 50th win.
Absolutely. It sure was. How soon were you back in the ring after that?
I was actually back to the gym in just about 10 days. Wow. And then I was scheduled to fight just 3 months later, but in sparring, the rib that was shot through, so it was already broken from the bullet, got rebroken in sparring. So I didn't get the fight for 6 months after being shot and stabbed. But then I broke my hand in 9 places, went into surgery, and had a stroke. So I'm pretty sure God was trying to tell me that boxing was done with me. He needed me to step out and make a difference in the real world, not just the boxing world.
Okay. I mean, what an example of strength right there. Tell us, if you could, real quick, what are you doing now, your happy ending?
Well, I'm happily married to Lisa Hollowine.
Wonderful.
And we're doing a lot of work with Christy's Champs, my nonprofit for domestic violence awareness. And we're promoting boxing. So we're looking for that next great superstar that's going to really set the world on fire.
That's awesome. Oh, both of you ladies, thank you so much for sharing this incredible story. I mean, really, it is impressive what you went through and how you're doing now, and spreading some good words right there on lessons for people to follow. So we appreciate it. Laura and Christy, thank you.
Thank you.